And we're on. All right, welcome everyone to the Three Amigos radio show. As usual, the third Amigo is not available. I'm your host, John Weinert, and today, as always, we're joined by Matt, Golden Boy of the Alaskan Political Machine, Johnson.
That is a good one.
Thanks.
For coming up with it, I'm going to assume 10 minutes ago.
No, I actually came up with it for a while, but then I forgot it, and then I just remembered it.
What was it?
Golden Boy of the Alaskan Political Machine.
Ain't that the truth? Yeah. I got my finger on the pulse of Alaskan politics. It's really hard to keep up with those 6 candidates.
Yeah.
Just kidding. There's more than that. Also, I don't know most of them. That's actually not true. What?
Nothing, Matt. Anyway,
I can't read lips, John. Okay. Are you talking about the peeking?
No, I'm talking about the GoPro isn't set up.
Oh man.
I just do we want to not worry about it?
I'll set it up. You talk.
All right. So we had a good week last week.
Did we?
It was scary. It was spooky.
Oh, it was spectacular.
Yeah. So last week we had our Halloween special. For anyone who missed it, yeah, too bad. We had Jeremiah on.
Jeremiah Crisp, our good friend who designed our art. That is not up anywhere.
That none of you can see, but will be someday.
Someday. Oh man, I can't believe I forgot the recording. I'm embarrassed, folks.
You're embarrassing.
You caught me in my unawares.
You're embarrassing me.
I'm sure.
Tweet to me at John Weinert1. That's the number, not the word. If you also are embarrassed by Matt's failure.
Tweet at Matt from Alaska. That's Alaska, the state. Not the other thing. That joke was not planned. Oh, dear. Look how flustered I am. Tweet at me if you've ever been embarrassed, and then make me feel better.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Man, yours was actually, like, constructive.
Yeah.
I was just going to rub it in your face.
Yeah. Tweet at me if you're a better person than John Weinert. So I expect the entire population of America.
Oh, wow.
I'm using that voice a lot.
That hurts.
John, I didn't mean it.
Oh, okay. Cool. Thanks, Matt.
I'm still trying to set this up.
Okay. So I think we got a good show planned for y'all.
You say that every week.
I know, because we have a good show every week. I'm not going to say...
That's a matter of opinion.
I'm not going to say, hey, everyone, we got a really terrible show planned for today.
But maybe we should.
But you should listen to it anyway. I'm not going to do that.
That's a good plan. You probably shouldn't.
Yeah, thanks. Joel Benson just tweeted to me, I'm ashamed I know, at Matt from Alaska. Me too, Joel. Me too.
Okay, hold on. I'm setting it up.
But he's all I could get for a co-host.
Hey.
All the good ones were already taken.
Hey, my feelings! Okay, hold on. Okay, wait.
Wait, should I hold on? Oh!
Sorry, okay. We're good. We're good now. Everything's fine.
All right.
Everything is back
Cool.
to normal. And I think we have a bit of a, I guess you could call it I can't say it's a special treat because it's going to be a regular thing now.
Yeah.
Now that we figured out how to do it, but we have a theme song.
Yeah, and now that I think about it, we should have just segued right from the introduction into it.
We should have done that while I was setting things up, actually.
That would have been a really good time.
What a perfect time. I need 30 seconds to do something. I could have just not said anything, and no one would know. But anyway.
We're getting used to it.
Yeah.
We're getting there.
We've actually had this particular theme song ready since the first show, when things wouldn't work. And so it's premiering in all its copywritten glory.
Oh,
fair
use.
It is. Fair use, am I right?
Oh, let's hope.
I don't know. Do you want to do it then?
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. Okay, I hope that came through. I'm just gonna assume that it did.
Tweet to us if it didn't. Also, tweet to us if you're actually listening.
Yeah, please do.
That'd be nice. A little confirmation every now and then. Never hurt.
There is a really annoying high-pitched buzz, says Joel Benson. Deal with it.
Wait, during the song?
No, that was before the song. He said 5 minutes ago.
Oh, okay. Are you sure? Wait,
I think the people did the thing, messed up something.
are you sure? Are you sure it just wasn't your voice, Matt?
Oh, ouch.
Hashtag sick burns.
It's like sideburns, but mean and heartless.
Joel Benson just tweeted at John Weiner at 1. Hashtag take me on. I'll take you on any day.
Isn't it Take
Joel?
on Me?
It is.
Hey, Joel, learn bunch am I right?
Bunch of guys with wrenches are gonna come chase you for getting it wrong.
Is that a reference to the music video?
It is a reference to the music video.
Awesome. Okay.
Jeremiah Crisp said, "I hear the buzz too. It's kind of painful." Wait, is it going on like still?
Yeah.
Right now?
That's what they mean.
Thanks, Matthew.
Sorry, I don't know what to do to fix it though. Should we just touch things?
Yeah, let's just press buttons.
Here, I'm gonna mute my mic and tell me if it. Why are we doing this? This is terrible.
Because what else are we gonna? I mean, if there's a painful buzz going on, we need to fix it. On your left audio channel.
That's my mic. My mic is on the left channel.
You've got intense buzz on your left audio channel. Warren Parker's tweeted, "Buzz, I'm listening."
Shout out to bees. Thanks for all the honey.
Oh man, let's just talk about bees.
I did a report on bees once.
Oh man, I love bees.
I actually really do like bees.
Did I tell you I'm gonna keep bees someday?
No, you didn't.
I plan on it.
Yeah.
I want to have a house, and I'm gonna keep bees.
And like harvest their honey.
Yeah, and I'll have flowers, and the bees will pollinate my flowers. And
what if they sting you? Would you reprimand them?
Put them in bee timeout.
Would you spank them, and then you'd be stung, and then they would die?
Yeah, I mean they die anyway from the stinging.
So you're saying it's punishment enough on
yeah,
its own?
like when they say this hurts me more than you.
Yeah,
it literally does.
That's
because
true.
I'm not disemboweled by it when it happens.
Oh, man, I forget that they get actually disemboweled. Now I'm kind of sad.
Because do you know how like the mechanism of how they die, like how it works?
No.
Because they have like a little their stinger's hooked, and so when they sting you, it gets stuck in your skin. So when they try to fly away, it gets left behind, as do all the attached organs.
Why?
Why?
What is the point?
Well, it doesn't happen when they sting like other insects, so they can still like defend their hive from like wasps or spiders.
Wait, how do they know?
What do you mean? How do they know?
You said it doesn't affect other insects.
No, I mean like it doesn't get stuck.
Yeah, why not?
Because they don't have thick skin like humans.
They can't handle criticism.
Yeah. Did you see the? Yeah, you saw that. I'm assuming the
yes, I sent a
tweet.
response.
Okay, cool.
I said, "How fix?"
How fix?
If anybody knows how to fix our radio show,
couple of experts here. Trust us.
We are the experts. Man, this is we'll call this the Flustercast.
This
or
is
the
Flustertacular. We got too spooked after last week.
We're still recovering from all the scary things. I think this is scarier.
This actually is scarier.
So many things. I'm just waiting for my GoPro to explode, or you to explode.
Oh no!
That would be one of those is arguably worse than the other.
Arguably?
Well, let's just say one cost me a lot of dollars, and one is just my friend.
I didn't know that you were. It's kind of sad that you're friends with the GoPro.
Oh, I get it. You subverted my joke.
Oh yes. I have no idea what that means.
Oh, that's Jeremiah Crisp tweeted at me. Put a low pass filter on it and add some reverb. We just did a sound design project, and that's a sound design joke.
Oh, okay. Ah, yes, part of that inclusive circle
of sound designers.
Yeah.
Yeah, we like to share. We share our jokes with everyone. Yeah. Oh man, the embarrassment. We should call it the embarrass-tacular.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how to fix it. So should we just ignore the problem until it goes away?
I mean, it's that or just cancel the show. So
I'm not gonna cancel the show. I
no.
wouldn't.
I mean, I don't hear the buzz. So
Yeah, this doesn't affect me at all. So,
Yeah.
so frankly, I couldn't care less. That's also how I deal with problems in the world.
Mm-hmm. Jared Burnham just tweeted, "They're hooked because it adds weight to their decision to sting. We should learn from bees and add lethal shocks to triggers."
Yes, that would solve all the world's problems.
So true, Jared. You know, we can learn so much from nature.
We are nature.
That's
You ever think about that, John?
No.
We are nature. Whoa. Whoa. You didn't come into this preparing for your mind to be blown by my outrageous philosophies, but it's happened. Philosophy fest. Philosophest. Velociraptor. Oh wait, that's a meme. Oh, I cringed at myself. I accidentally referenced something I didn't mean to reference.
Here, hold on. I think I've got a pattern fedora somewhere here for you to wear.
Have I ever told you that I actually have?
Matt, are you sure you want to finish this sentence?
No, I mean, I think we're over a month into this show. I think I think my role has sort of settled on self-embarrassing loser. So I'm going to continue down that
on
path.
our show.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. Real life.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, I wasn't going to say it, but
No, a long time ago, in a galaxy far away, I bought from a Target in another state a fedora. No, I think it's a trilby at this point. A trilby that was a flannel pattern.
a flannel trilby.
I don't remember why I got this because
That sounds so Alaskan.
I didn't buy it in Alaska.
Did you live in Alaska at the time, though? Like,
I've
were
always
you
lived in
Alaskan? Okay.
Yes.
So
I'll always be
still
Alaskan.
couldn't. Oh,
Oh.
you still couldn't escape it.
No, never. You can never escape. Hashtag you can never escape. Jared Burnham tweeted at me at Man from Alaska. Ask John about his hat collection. So, John, I hear you have a hat collection.
All right, but first,
Oh no!
you might be interested to know that at least one person has messaged me saying that she's not hearing a buzz. So,
Who?
Megan Westby.
Megan? Nice. That's all. Thanks, Megan.
All right.
Thanks for the word of encouragement. Unlike all our rude viewers.
Oh, no. Joel Benson tweeted that he will listen in pain. Hashtag you are worth it.
Yeah, I was going to ignore that.
Oh.
Once again, I'm ignoring things outside of my worldview. I don't like being challenged.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, hat collection.
Oh, okay. So,
Yeah, you have to tell it now.
I
told my embarrassing hat story, and
from
apparently we
mine
both
is
have
so
one.
many more hats though. So from the time of my youth, when I was but a wee lad,
A wee lot.
but a wee lad of, I don't know how actually young I was when I started, but I don't know why I got like I think it started when my parents went on vacation. It might have been for their anniversary to like.
You couldn't handle your parents being away.
No.
You bought surrogate parents as hats.
No. They went to like New England, and they brought back a tricorn, which is like those three-cornered Revolutionary War era hats. You know.
Yes.
The Paul Revere hats. I don't know how condescending I'm being right now.
Just assume you're being the most.
You know, the triangle hats. It's like a cheesehead hat, but made of felt. But for those football fans out there.
Yeah.
So they brought one of those back, and I enjoyed wearing it.
Wait, you actually wore it?
I mean, not like around. Not like, I didn't go like wear it to like Fred Meyer, but I mean, I wore it.
Around the house?
Yeah, I guess. I'm not really sure. I was like, I was 9, 10 maybe, somewhere around there.
You don't need to think this hard about it.
Okay. Anyway, I won't. Sorry. And from there, I don't know. I liked it was a hat, and I liked hats, and I felt like I needed something to collect, and I was like, I'll collect hats.
You know, I've never felt the need to collect anything.
Well, collecting things is kind of big in my family. I might be peeking. I'm gonna back off.
You've been peeking literally this entire show.
Okay. Well, thanks for telling me, Matt.
I didn't want to embarrass you like you embarrassed me, John. I'm looking out for you.
Wow. Okay. I think a real friend would have told me that I was embarrassing myself in front of all of our listeners. Anyway, back to embarrassing myself in front of all of our listeners. So I don't, well, 'cause collecting things is kind of big. I don't, in my family, like not like for any reason. It's just everyone does. So I'll collect hats. So then, and I don't know. I thought they were kind of cool. I was into like a lot of things that, as a kid, that would be like either weird or like
It is weird.
no, would be like misconstrued. But like, okay, like I had a fedora as part of my collection, but it was never. I had no connection to the like, classy man fedora internet thing. I just was a dopey kid that thought fedoras were cool.
That's how they all start.
Also, I never had a trilby.
I don't understand the distinction.
A trilby has a shoulder brim.
No.
You don't want to know?
Don't explain the distinction, John. You're only embarrassing yourself.
No, I'm.
You are, though.
Knowledge is never embarrassing, Matt.
That reminds me of things.
But yeah, I got more hats, and I actually have some hats I think are kind of cool.
Do you have that? Okay, I don't know what the name of this hat is. You will as soon as I say it. And once again, you will sound condescending. The golf kind of hat.
A flat cap?
You did it. You did it. You did it perfectly. A flat cap. Thanks, John. Flat cap. Wow, that's actually a very reasonable name.
Yeah, I mean they're flat.
Yeah.
And it's a cap.
Yeah. Mostly flat.
Yeah, I guess there's a little curve.
Yeah. I like my hats with a little curve. I started that joke, and then I stopped, and then I had to keep going.
Yeah.
And then I had to explain it. Mark.
Do you want to know some of the other hats I had? Still have?
Let's go with the ones you still have.
I still have all of them. Not all of them fit anymore because some of the ones I got when I was a younger
boy with a smaller head.
Boy with a smaller head don't fit.
Yeah, your head's pretty big now, John. It's because of all these hat knowledge that you have. Let's move on from your hats.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
I
can talk about hats for the whole show.
We'll have a hat show. Just kidding.
The hat
that
special?
will never happen. I'll talk about my beanie and like the 3 snapback hats I have, and then it'll just be you talking about hats and correcting me and say flat cap, Matt. It's a flat cap.
I refuse to apologize for
don't apologize
for being me.
Don't apologize, John.
I'm just being me, man.
Where do we want to start now that we're 20 minutes into the show?
We could talk about the election results.
We want to start there?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, what else do we have?
We have music, Mystic Wood.
Oh, let's do Mystic Wood.
Okay.
Because I want to make sure we get that in.
John, why did I write the internet in all caps on here? We did this 2 hours ago, and I can't remember what that was
because
about.
of the internet situation yesterday morning.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no. We'll get to that. Let's start with Mystic Wood. The most obscure of our topics. You'll have to describe it since you're the one who introduced me to it.
The Mystic Wood is a board game from the 1980s, and you can tell.
Yeah, because in the 80s they knew how to have fun.
Well, even from a game design perspective, which no one here, well, maybe a few people here. Yeah, actually, some people here played enough board games to know what I'm talking about. It's a very 80s board game.
Remember how you said you sounded condescending earlier?
Well, I don't mean like I'm kidding. I just mean like I don't want to bore people talking about something that. Okay.
Just keep going.
Anyway, it's an 80s game because And,
Because it was made in the 80s.
The 80s were a different time with board games.
As we all know.
I.e., they weren't as good.
Just like everything.
Yeah, pretty much.
Except RoboCop. That was better
Actually,
in the
that's
80s.
true, yeah. Transformers were better in the 80s.
Actually, I can't even say RoboCop was better in the 80s because then they made the RoboCop sequels, which were bad.
That's true. What else was better in the 80s?
The 80s. Actually, no, the 80s were worse than the 80s.
Our theme song's from the 80s today.
Is it?
Yeah, it's like the most 80s song.
By the band Aha.
Yeah.
Famous for their one song, Take On Me, and then never heard from ever again.
Pretty much.
I assume. I wasn't born in the 80s, so I can't decide. Were we talking about something?
Mystic Wood.
Ah, Mystic Wood.
So it's a very ridiculous game.
Ridiculous.
In that it's broken. Like, it's just broken
Oh,
in
yeah.
some ways.
Well, yeah, it is.
And just poorly designed. So you play as knights exploring a
Mystic Wood.
mystic wood. It's like a spooky magic forest. And it's all the tiles are face down, and you walk through and you flip over the tiles and you can see the stuff there, and
And you fight things.
sometimes you have to fight things,
and you have to
sometimes-
roll dice for it.
Yeah.
I was really disappointed when it was just a regular dice, and
Yeah.
it wasn't like a D20 or any of the.
That's a 20-sided die.
Yeah, I
for all of our-
used the nerd term, the technically correct term. It was a fun game.
Yeah.
I've secretly always wanted to get into like Dungeons and Dragons, like role playing games.
Wait, really?
Yeah, have you?
I might already be.
I've come to the right person.
let's
We'll
talk-
talk later.
let's talk
We'll talk
later.
later. And this is the closest I've gotten to that. Of
Yeah.
course you are. How did I not know that you have the largest board game collection that I know of. And that's the entryway drug to
Basically
Dungeons
board.
and Dragons.
Yeah. More about drugs later.
More come back. No, stay later for hashtag drug talk.
So, Mystic Wood, ridiculous things happen.
You get, and like half of the time I was trying to stop other people from being successful, so much so that I never completed my quest.
Right.
My quest became just stopping you guys from winning, and I would always lose when I did that. Granted, we played 2 times, so always was only twice.
And it was so luck-based. Like, it would just be all down to, like all the fights. Like, you'd fight something, but it'd be like, it was almost all down to a die roll.
Yeah.
And if you failed, you get sent to the tower, which is like a jail that you're stuck in until so every turn you roll your die, and if it's a 5 or 6, you're out. If not, you're just stuck in jail for another turn. So there was one
Just like
game-
real life.
Yeah. There was one game where I think I was in there like almost the whole game. I think
Really?
it was
Yeah.
the second game we played, I was in jail.
Oh, that's
like,
why you didn't like the second game.
Yeah, it was.
I was having a blast.
It was tedious.
Just like real life.
Oh yeah.
Mystic Wood, the game of real life, only slightly
Let's
more
just
exciting.
rename it the Game of Life.
Yeah, they haven't used that for anything else.
No.
Just kidding, they have. The game of life.
And you could just get screwed over by so many things.
Like the
They're
time
random. Like you just find like a child. Like
Oh,
you find
I found the child every time. You find the child somewhere randomly in the woods, and you have to take him back to like the starting point, and it's really annoying. And you have to do it like right away.
Yeah,
Well, you don't have to do it right away.
But you can't win the game until you do
Yeah,
it.
it's really annoying. I hated kids by the end of this game.
And all the art was really bad, especially the women.
Yeah.
Because also this is a different era of nerdy things. This was before being a nerd was cool.
Yeah.
This
'cause
was
it's-
when like if you were an illustrator for a board game in the 80s, it meant you never saw a woman, which is probably why the art was so bad.
Yeah. I think we could throw the term misogyny around. Or wait, no, sexism. No, wait. Misandry. No, wait. I'm trying to think of other buzzwords.
Synergy.
Synergy. Ah, man, that is the ultimate buzzword.
It will forever be a buzzword. The perma buzz.
Permabuzz.
Back to the
synergy.
buzz. If you got a buzz,
We should rename the show
If you got the buzz,
The Buzz. That's not taken.
and then it's a picture, and then the art is you and me as bees.
Oh, now I actually want to do this. Maybe if we have this show next year and we don't want to call it the Three Amigos, we'll just call it The Buzz.
K-Fox The Buzz.
K-Fox. There was actually a radio station called The Buzz.
Yeah, and
So we can't do it.
That's not even remotely surprising.
Really? I thought we were so original. Yeah, check out Mystic Wood if you're from 30 years ago.
There's also an expansion for it, but you can't buy it for less than like $60.
Wow, what? Because it's old and not
like
produced anymore?
It's a not very successful game from like the
How did you
80s.
find it?
I got it at Guardian Games in Portland, which is a really big, very cool board game store. If you're
Shout
into
out
board
to all the
games,
nerds at Guardian Games. Get a life.
It's it's actually a really cool place, but
It's actually a really cool place.
But
no, I'm kidding. I like board games.
But it was there on sale for like $5.
Huh.
And they're like used.
I don't want to go to that store. I just want to imagine what that store looks like, and smells like. I have a very distinct smell.
I don't remember it smelling.
Don't
bad.
ruin it.
It smelled.
Don't ruin it.
It smelled fine.
No. Don't ruin it. I have an image. John, stop
have an
trying to change my
You
worldview.
have an image of a smell in your mind.
Hey, you've called me on a legitimate point. I refuse to acknowledge it, except for right now. Anywho, I want to read you this tweet because it made me laugh. So Steven S., I think he tweeted us last week. He's the one with the weird names. Or weird.
Yeah, he's one of my friends from high school.
Yeah, one of your friends from high school, John. I know. You had friends in high school, okay?
Okay, I'm sorry to rub it in.
He said, quote of the week. Were we talking about something? I retweeted that. That's pretty funny because that typifies our show.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Also, Jared Burnham tweeted the 80s was the birthplace of new wave music as well as lots of movies that I like. Also, it's my favorite decade.
Jared Burnham, get over yourself. Just kidding. You're one of our most loyal listeners.
By which I mean you've actually listened to the show.
He's listening to the show, I think, every week.
Yeah.
Although I think
and
Jill Benson might have too.
And pretty much always contributes.
Yeah, we
actually,
we always read his tweets. Shouts out to Jared Burnham. You're a pretty cool guy. Anywho.
Aw. So yeah.
This is a heartfelt show for heartfelt people.
Oh, it is, yeah.
We're romantics. Stop making the heart at the camera. You did that the first week, I think.
It felt appropriate.
That
okay?
joke is now a month old.
We
are a month old.
Expressing. Oh.
Wait, this is our 5th show.
And they've been once a week. So, last week was our month anniversary.
1, 2, 3. Shut up. No, it wasn't. Yes. No. Yes. No.
Also,
No.
I hate the term month anniversary or any version of it because anniversary. Because of the root, it has to do with a year. In order to be an anniversary, it has to be a year.
That's why month anniversary was invented.
No, but it's not a word.
It's
a
a
dumb
word.
word.
Hey, real talk. My girlfriend and I have used that phrase since the beginning of our relationship.
Matt,
Our relationship started in high school, John. We were different people.
Matt, I'm gonna have to ask you to leave.
Yeah, good luck
This is
doing
now
the show on your own.
this is now the Two Amigos radio show.
Hey, just keep it
starring
free.
just me.
So
yeah. Anyway,
So yeah, board games are cool. Check them out.
yeah. I don't know what that was. Yeah.
What was that?
It was just, I made a weird noise and I was laughing at myself for making
Oh.
a weird noise and
I thought-
by repeating it.
I thought that was a bad Michael Jackson impression, and it made me laugh because it's like, John, that's terrible. But no, it was just dumb.
I'm bad.
Oh, beat it. Billie Jean is
Thriller.
not my lover. Welcome
Smooth
to the
criminal.
welcome to the Jordan Tacular. Jackson. Oh my gosh. I get my
Jordan.
I get my prominent Michaels mixed up. Now is that Myers or? Oh, you made me go into my super high pitch laugh. Actually, I did that myself.
That was like this hyperspace.
My hyper laugh. Whew. That was really funny. I'm gonna be laughing at that for the next, and it's done. All right. Do I want to move on to election stuff then?
Yeah.
This is the meat of the show.
It
and we're
is.
half an hour in.
Yeah. It's well, because like we had the bread and like the cheese
Oh.
and the sauce, and now we got to the meat, and then we're gonna have some like lettuce and some tomato, and then some more bread.
Wow. I'm surprised at how well that worked out.
Well, there you go.
Good job on your what would that be, a metaphor?
Yes.
Or is that a simile?
It's a metaphor. It'd be a simile.
If we
Wait,
said
did I say like?
That's what I'm trying to remember.
I think I said it's like a sandwich.
We'll go back to the tape.
I think I said it's like a sandwich, so it's a simile.
Okay.
When we go over this again, we can
Yeah,
we can
and
find out.
when that happens. I'm bad.
Okay, Michael Jordan.
I didn't even mean that as a Michael Jordan reference. I'm just gonna call him Michael Jordan from now on. He's probably okay with that.
I mean, he's dead, so.
Oh, I wasn't gonna say that. I didn't want to remind people that the King of Pop has died. Great. Now I'm sad that John Lennon is dead too. Just kidding. I'm not sad about that. He died before my time.
Oh, okay.
What were we talking about? Just kidding. I remembered. Election stuff.
Right, yeah. So yesterday was election day.
Yeah,
we were able
so-
to celebrate being Americans.
Bad news. Barack Obama is still president.
Oh man.
Yeah, we didn't get him out this time.
Ugh.
We'll get him next year.
We'll send him back to Kenya. Whoa. Whoa, we're pretending to not like him.
Yeah, I know.
Also, well, yeah.
I know. I would usually laugh along with you. Now I laugh at you for being so insensitive. Because I'm usually insensitive.
So let's talk about
Don't interrupt me.
the politics.
Okay.
So, there's a few measures that
Similar
were
things happened in our states, Alaska and Oregon.
there was
Did you guys change what is the name? Minimum wage?
I don't think so. No.
Have you ever done that?
I mean, we have.
I'm gonna
I
assume
think we have a
yes.
pretty high minimum wage. Ours is $9.10.
Really? Ours is now $9.75.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We need to get cracking.
Don't do that ever again. This is the second time you've done that on the show. I have to listen to this. I don't listen to it. I'll listen to it later. A long time from now, in a couple weeks. I'm busy. I'm a busy man. But yeah, so I guess I'll let you start open with Oregon, since probably most of our listeners care about Oregon.
Well, there were a few things that happened. We kept the same governor, Governor Kitzhaber.
Who?
Kitzhaber is our governor.
Who?
I just said his name.
Wasn't he the guy that led the Germans in World War One? Just kidding.
You mean Kaiser Wilhelm?
Yeah. I thought it was a funny joke. Tweet at me if you thought that joke was funny.
No one's gonna tweet you, Matt.
I know. Anyway, continue.
So, now they will just spite me because it's all about me. But yeah, apparently he's never lost an election.
I mean, that's not that hard to do. How many times are you allowed to be governor?
I don't
Are you limited to eight
think there are
years?
term limits.
I think
Because
there are.
he was governor for a while, like back in the 90s, I think. And then
Maybe it's consecutive.
I don't know.
I thought you would know more about this than I did. I'm a little shocked.
Tweet to us if you know the governor.
Yeah,
Oregon.
Governor Kitzhaber tweeted us.
I've actually met him.
Oh yeah, was he a pretty cool guy?
He was a politician.
Ah, so he wasn't.
He
boo.
because you could tell because he had like a
suit on?
he had like a dress coat on, like a blazer.
Yeah.
So you know that he's like business and can get stuff done. But he had a big belt buckle and jeans, so you know he was for blue collar families too.
Are we in Wisconsin? What's going on? Actually, no, that was the wrong state. I didn't mean that one. West Virginia. There we go. Fun fact about West Virginia and elections, they just elected their first female senator, I think, ever.
Wow.
So shouts out to West Virginia. Thanks for getting with the times. My friend has a lot of family in West Virginia, and there's a lot of funny stories about his family in West Virginia. Anyway, gosh, I'm sorry. Waffling, here we are.
Just like a politician.
I can't answer that at this juncture. That was a mix of Obama and
like,
not Obama.
And like a Texan.
Yeah. George Bush and Obama. That sounds like the perfect presidency to me.
Oh. Sounds
need to-
sounds like our foreign policy for the last 20 years, am I right?
I think so. Does anyone else military-industrial complex?
Oh, that's a thing.
That's a hot topic.
That's a term.
That's one of my favorite terms just to say.
Oh, Joel Benson just tweeted, my favorite host, #Matt equal epic fail. You're an epic fail. How does
Hey,
that feel?
take the phrase epic fail back to 2009 where it belongs.
You just failed in such a manner that it was worth a rhyming verse. How does that feel?
Feels pretty good. At least I'm being noted in the history books.
That's true.
Will you be my Virgil and write down my tale?
Oh, I will be your Virgil.
History reference. I know you'll like that, Mr. Major.
Thanks.
Anyway, we are not in the meat of the show yet. We're the crispy outside of the meat.
Ooh.
We need to get to the soft pink inside because it's undercooked and raw and nobody wants to eat it.
We're gonna get worms from this meat. It's got some trichinosis going on.
All right, you better get ready for some worms because what else happened in the election season, John?
Well, Reason won out, and a popular measure, that's the word I'm trying to remember, a measure to require GMO products to be labeled as such in Oregon failed.
So shout out if you believe in GMOs.
Well, everyone believes in GMOs.
Well, that's not what I meant to say.
But if you believe that they're evil.
Yes.
Yeah. Actually, don't mention it. Seriously, because
John won't respect you anymore.
I mean, I might actually lose a little bit.
I'll respect you as a human.
I won't respect you any less, but
he'll just hate you.
I'll silently judge you a little bit.
So yeah, if you want to be silently judged, listen to our show. Wow, John.
Okay.
Maybe I believe that GMOs are an evil thing. I mean, I don't. But what if I did?
It sure would be awkward.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Can you imagine how that listener feels?
I mean, it's not that GMOs are, it's not that they're like inviolate. There's no way that it's not that they're perfect, but I think there's a lot of hype. There's a lot of There's a lot of fear mongering.
Yeah, no, I agree that it's mostly fear mongering.
Yeah, over it.
I understand being concerned about it.
Well, the thing that also is like,
I mean, on the surface level, being concerned about
it. Like GMOs can feed everyone. Like if we don't grow with GMOs, then there won't be enough food for the 7 billion people that live on this planet.
Good. I'm glad. I'd rather have billions of people die than eat unclean food. And that's how America started, kids.
It's true. When a bunch of patriots dumped British genetically modified tea into Boston Harbor,
they had enough of it. Enough of your genetically modified tea, Britain.
Yeah, I'm glad that didn't pass.
I can't decide if I'm surprised that didn't pass or not.
It was very close.
What do you know what it was? Just say no.
I don't.
Okay.
I know it was razor thin, I believe, is the adjective.
Is that the adjective?
That I heard.
Oh, that you heard? That's not the one I would use.
What would you use?
I don't know.
Well, don't say that you wouldn't use razor thin if you don't got a backup.
Paper thin?
That's real original, Matt.
Why do you have to hurt me like this? First the GMO thing and now this. Just kidding.
You better shut up, Matt, or I'm gonna lock you back in your kennel when we're done.
Not the kennel. Oh dear. What else passed, John? I'm waiting for you to say it.
Are you talking about the insanity, the madness, if you will, that has swept over Oregon?
Would you say that it's reefer madness?
I would.
That is a reference to an old 1930s movie called Reefer Madness, which is in reference to the fact that in both Alaska and Oregon, right? It was passed in Oregon. You know that?
Yes, I think. Yes, it is.
Do you just say legalization of marijuana? I mean, there's more to it in Alaska than that. They called it regulating alcohol or something.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's basically like that.
It's legalization of marijuana. Weed. Doobies. The ganja.
Mary Jane.
The devil's lettuce. Cannabis.
Oh.
The scientific name.
Oh, yes.
Got to throw that in there. So it's will be legal
In June.
in here. I think in here for Oregon
In the K-Fox booth.
in the K-Fox studio. It's legal now. No. In Oregon, I think it's June or July. I think in Alaska they said February. 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 Oh,
Wait,
man.
I think if you go down to the library, you can check.
February.
So,
February.
are you serious?
I had a speech impediment as a kid.
Oh, wait, really?
Yeah, I couldn't say my R's.
Oh.
And February. I
didn't know that.
No, I did it. February
sorry, Matt.
is one of the few words that brings it out, and I can't say.
I'm sorry, I won't make fun of you for it.
February is how I'm going to pronounce it.
Stephen S. tweeted to me, don't quote me on this, too late, but I think the final count on the GMO bill was voted down by 0.4%.
Oh my gosh! So wait,
Yeah.
so it didn't pass by 0.4.
Quote Stephen S.
Thanks for the quote, Stephen.
So yeah, it was apparently a 0.4%.
Oh my gosh, that is a ridiculously small margin.
That makes sense because there's a lot of
That's
people.
a divisive issue.
There are a lot of people in Oregon that would be into the not liking GMOs.
That's where I would place most of the people would be
Yeah.
in Oregon.
Um,
Oregon, you're weird. Stop it.
Also, Jared Burnham tweeted this picture, which I've retweeted, so all my followers will see.
I haven't seen it. Hey, nice. It's a picture of Skizzle Busy, the Oregon governor, with a letter that says Kaiser Wilhelm. I don't know who that is in the picture.
I believe it's I actually don't know who that is either. It's not Kitzhaber, but he is holding an Oregon ballot labeled Kaiser Wilhelm with a check mark.
That's funny. I find it funny. Anyway, the drug.
Anyway, yeah, the weeds.
Yeah. So I think so it also passed in D.C.
That's right.
Washington D.C. So now we know why Congress has been making so many weird decisions.
Oh, gotcha.
Because they're smoking the reefer.
Ha.
That was a joke. Shouts out to Congress. Thanks for doing your thing. But also, anyway, actually, is it Congress or is it Senate? Or is it both that are now primarily Republican? And by primarily, I mean majority.
I think it's both.
I think it's both.
Yeah.
Shouts out. I'm doing it again. Never mind.
Shouts out to the Republican Party.
I was going to say it, and then I said I'm stopping. No more shouts out tonight, guys. Anyway. Do we want to discuss the marijuana?
Whoa.
What? John, what? You look concerned.
Oh, wait.
John.
Never mind. Keep going.
Now you've threw off my groove.
Okay. So you're talking about, speaking of women in West Virginia, apparently
I was doing that?
Earlier, when you talking about West
yeah.
Yeah. So apparently an 18-year-old college freshman was elected to the West Virginia House of Delegates, which is like
Wow.
their state legislature, I think.
Hey, remember when you said you were being condescending? You're doing it again.
How is that?
Just kidding. You're not.
Well, no, I'm...
I was kidding. You're not actually being condescending, John. I would never find you in condescension.
Thanks.
Contempt.
Thanks, Matt.
You're welcome. That's weird.
Yeah.
Who said that?
Facebook News.
Oh. Thanks, Facebook, I guess. Thanks for giving us something to talk about, aka distract me. Anyway,
the reefer.
do we wanna? And this is a question I'm seriously asking you.
Do be wanna.
Hey, it works because marijuana.
Oh yeah.
Do we wanna discuss our feelings on the topic? This is a legitimate question. If you don't want to, I'm fine with it.
Sure.
Nice.
How
do you feel about it?
I don't care. Like, I'm not...
John, you're a terrible citizen. You need to care about every measure equally.
I'm not into the weeds, the drugs myself. You don't, shocking.
You mean you don't partake, John?
No,
Color me surprised.
You
never took up with your Dungeons and Dragons friends? Sorry.
We have a bong shaped like a D20. No. No, I am not imbibed in
Ooh, sick word.
Actually, I believe it refers to beverages. So,
It does, but it's still good. It's still a good word.
I have not
Partaken.
And Mom, if you're listening to this, I definitely haven't. I just want to make it clear.
You probably shouldn't have said that because now you've.
My
put that-
mom's gonna think I'm trying to cover it
Yeah.
up.
I haven't either, and I would be honest if I had, and I haven't.
Well, because it's legal now, so
Well, I mean, regardless, I would be
Right,
honest
right,
with
right,
my listeners. I've never, and frankly, I find, everyone I've ever known, who's gotten into the drug, the ganja, they all become increasingly annoying. And I find the entire shout out to our listeners. I find the entire marijuana like subculture, if you know what I'm talking about.
yeah.
I find it to be one of the most obnoxious things in the world. Not like injustice against the poor. No. It's stoner subculture.
That's your pick for like most annoying thing.
Yes.
Well, I guess like injustice isn't annoying,
I was kidding, John.
right?
This was a joke.
But I still wouldn't. I mean, I wouldn't pick annoying. I mean, it's infuriating, maybe.
John, you're getting off subjects. I have to stop you.
I'm sorry.
Anyway, with that in mind, I don't like weed. I don't smoke weed. People who smoke weed tend to annoy me. And that's a blanket statement and isn't, that's an overgeneralization. You can smoke weed and be cool, I guess. But you're
Yeah,
a criminal,
I think. Yeah.
and I'm going to turn you in.
I know a couple people who I know have done it. Who's I think are decent people who I like.
Decent.
Well,
Keyword.
they might be listening to the show. So.
I'm kidding.
If it's you, don't worry, it's you. If you're listening to the show, don't worry. I think you're cool.
Anyway, with that being said, I'm honestly, controversial opinion of the day. I'm kind of all for it, honestly.
Like you just don't see any reason for it to not be legalized, and
Yeah. I mean, the way I think about it is alcohol is legal, and I can't think of a single reason how marijuana is any different besides I guess effects and the way you get it. Or you
wait.
you-
So
you
besides
absorb it.
effects, so like everything. I mean, I get what you mean. I'm just being
Yes,
facetious.
besides everything.
I'm just
Thanks for being facetious, John. I don't do that enough myself.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I actually voted against it,
I didn't.
but that was more just because I knew it would pass, and I was like,
Oh, you're trying to be contrarian?
I'm gonna stick it to those stoners.
I try to be contrarian, John. You can't be contrarian.
You can't tell me what to do.
I didn't vote. Unhappy confession of the day. By the time I received my mail-in ballot, the day to turn it in was the next day. I received it on the 27th.
Welcome to Obama's America.
I received it on the 27th, and it said due the 28th, and I was like, I'm not voting this year, which is a bummer because I would have otherwise. But yeah. So, if you like marijuana, I mean, and you live in Alaska, Oregon, or Washington D.C., good for you. You did it.
Yeah, so
You win.
I'm curious though. Now that it's legalized, like, what are they gonna have to care about?
They'll never care about an issue ever
Yeah,
again.
they're like, well,
It's like
we legalized it.
they take down their American flags. They take off their I voted today sticker, and they're like, there's nothing else.
We did it.
And they like pack their bags and they move to the country, and they never do anything.
There's like
ever
one last
again.
shot of them like closing the door, like locking it
They
wistfully.
turn the lights. They
Yeah.
turn the lights off.
As they-
They turn the lights off on all their on all their marijuana paraphernalia. Their cannabis-shaped night light turns off for the final time. That's how I imagine everyone who smokes drugs.
like their room is just decked
It's just
out.
covered
like
in-
it's like a kid's room in Trading Spaces.
I don't know. I
Did you
honestly
ever watch that show?
No, I laughed and then I was like, I shouldn't laugh at that because I don't understand.
Okay, so Trading Spaces was a show where they like
Yeah.
decorated each other's
Yeah.
like rooms.
Yeah.
But
I
they would
remember
always
that.
like jump on like, so what do you like? I like
Oh.
books.
And
then
so they would deck it out with books.
They would give them like this like book themed room
Yeah.
that like you would get tired of in 5 minutes.
I read a book once, so thanks.
All right, well you got a book bed, And we got on the walls, we got pictures from your favorite books, and the walls made it look like a bookshelf.
And we turned you into a book. We got a wizard, and he turned you into a book. Does that pretty much sum up our feelings? You don't care, and I think it's okay. Would you like to rebut my statement? Call me a fool.
Yeah, fool. You're a fool, Matt.
I can take it. Or do you just want to move on?
Yeah, let's just move on. With the 10 minutes remaining of our show.
So marijuana. Just kidding. We can move on. What do you want to move on to? We got left on my list is in all caps the internet and Guy Fawkes Day.
Oh, we need to talk about Guy Fawkes Day.
Okay, let's do it.
All right, so today is Guy Fawkes Day.
And it sounds like K Fox.
That it does.
All right, joke over. That was the joke. Continue, John.
Okay. I don't even. This is gonna get angry.
Oh.
Not angry, annoyed.
Ooh. I'll just imagine that they're stoners, and then I'll be mad. Just kidding.
Okay, so. Okay, Guy Fawkes Day. I don't know where to start. Should I start with like a description of the modern perception of Guy Fawkes Day, or should I start off with like the actual history of it?
Whichever one is gonna bore me less, please.
Okay, I'll start with the modern perception. So people view.
Ooh, wrong pick. Just kidding.
Okay, so I think that the culprit to blame here is the movie V for Vendetta.
You don't say.
I think, yeah.
You mean...
I know you're being sarcastic, but I just thought it would be good to say that. So, okay. It was popular movie. Just a quick rundown for anyone who hasn't seen it. It's like a post-apocalyptic. No, that's not true. Dystopian.
There you go. The other literary buzzword of the decade.
It's a dystopian. It's a movie set in a dystopian future England where there's a totalitarian government, and there's this guy who goes by the name of V, and he wants to take down the government and make it for the people again. He wears a Guy Fawkes mask and he throws stilettos around, and he's cool.
Not the shoes, super sweet knife.
Yeah. I actually liked the movie all right.
The movie's it's an okay movie.
Yeah, it's not a great movie, but
it's a little bit I don't know,
heavy-handed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it was entertaining.
It's by the same people who did The Matrix, the Wachowski brothers.
Right, yeah, that makes sense.
And I expected a lot more super sweet fights.
Yeah.
And I can only remember like one or two.
Yeah, it was
a fine movie.
I was not unsympathetic to its themes as well. I mean,
No.
You know, I don't like totalitarian governments.
Yeah, I love bringing down totalitarian governments.
Yeah.
I do it every weekend. Just this past weekend with the stoner thing. Anyway, what's the literal history of Guy Fawkes?
Okay, well, so first I'll get to how he describes it in the movie.
Oh, okay.
He talks about like how he views Guy Fawkes as like a hero.
Yeah.
And he views the V in the movie, the character V views Guy Fawkes Day as like a celebration of freedom, because Guy Fawkes wanted to like take down the government and make it free or something. And that was his view of Guy Fawkes Day. He wanted to celebrate it, and Guy Fawkes Day was the day that he wanted to,
the 5th of November.
Yes.
Today.
Remember
the
5th of November, the gunpowder treason and plot.
Blah blah blah
Anyway,
blah blah.
That's actually real. They didn't make up that rhyme for the thing. That was like a folk rhyme or whatever.
I love folk rhymes.
Yeah, but the original Guy Fawkes was a member of the gunpowder plot. During the
doesn't matter
17th century. Okay, that was going to their plan was to blow up Parliament with like a bunch of piles of like gunpowder.
You know, that massive building, Parliament.
Well, no, they had like I know, but they had like a ton of barrels of gunpowder in like the basement, and they were gonna blow it up, and like try to install a Catholic government. Because this was a time of like severe religious tensions in England.
I know about this.
Mm-hmm. Did you run it from Christian Foundations?
No, I just know about it because no history. Move on because we only have 6 minutes.
Okay. Can we go over, or is the guy after us?
Keep talking. I'll go look through the window.
Okay. So So Guy Fawkes is part of this basically terrorist plot to overthrow the government and install the religious opposition. You know, like how people who love freedom do. But he got caught and imprisoned and hanged.
I miss the days of hangings.
Yeah, and from then on, there's Guy Fawkes Day, which also called Bonfire Night, also called Guy Fawkes Night, where they would burn by bonfires.
Both of those are better names.
Yeah. And they would burn bonfires and kind of be happy and dance around them because, that's what you had to do for fun in the 1600s. Like, oh, the king didn't die in an explosion. Let's build a bonfire. And so that's what they did. But then also they would make effigies of Guy Fawkes, and they would burn him and hang him as a way of like, oh, that Guy Fawkes, we hate him. Let's make a puppet of him and kill it. As like a way of like...
George Fox knows all about that, though.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh, that was a sick joke, Matt. I love it. We'll talk about that another time.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Remember it.
Remember, the story I need to tell of November.
Oh,
yes.
That's not bad.
I know.
Yeah. So anyway, but the thing is that Guy Fawkes and I also got closely tied with anti-Catholicism because they were viewed as like the enemies who did
tried
that.
to blow up Parliament.
So Guy Fawkes Day is both a celebration of... Historically, it was a celebration of English patriotism as well as like a focal point of like anti-Catholic feeling. So they would show up, drink some ale, light a bonfire, burn a couple dummies of Guy Fawkes, and then talk about how much they hated Catholics.
I miss the good old days.
And that's what Guy Fawkes Day is. It has, and they would wear the masks, and
the now famous,
now famous masks that the puppet would wear, the dummy would wear, and it has nothing to do with freedom. And and Guy Fawkes wanted to overthrow the government not because it was tyrannical, but because he wanted. It was a coup.
Yeah.
It was like he
didn't like Protestants.
Yeah, because
he didn't like you.
But then people saw the movie, which I think in the movie it's not necessarily wrong because it's like this crazy guy's interpretation of it.
Yeah, I get that.
Although it's also sort of wrong, but whatever. But then people thought that's what the real thing is, and then now you got the internet people, the anonymous. Ugh.
We are legion. We do not forgive. We do not forget.
Please stop. And they got the internet hacksaws and whatever, and they got their Guy Fawkes masks.
Yeah.
What else was I gonna? There's another.
Is there really more?
Yeah. You should talk about something else though while I try to think of it.
Why did you do this to me? I was unprepared. I was in the middle of your story. What?
Okay. Ask me. And do you have any questions?
No.
Are you curious about anything?
No. Ah, dang. That's the wrong thing to say. I don't know about this.
Well,
I mean, I think it's annoying and blatantly historically inaccurate and puppeted around like a super neato hipster kind of. That's not the right word.
I just remembered it now. Yeah, hipster's not the right
Good,
word.
because I was flailing, John. I was making words up.
Another thing about the movie V for Vendetta, and it's based on a comic book.
Oh yeah.
Which was written in the 80s. It was
back to the
largely
80s.
about political issues in the 1980s.
Those topical issues of the 80s.
Yeah, like it was about it's all about like Thatcherism and how he didn't like Margaret Thatcher and the political and social situations of the 1980s, which means even the source material is sort of outdated. Like people think it's so deep, but it's just Alan Moore ranting about how he doesn't like Margaret Thatcher. I want to look up it is Alan Moore. I think it is. He's also the guy who did Watchmen, and I think he also doesn't like Nixon.
Well, that's
no one likes Nixon.
That's not a lot of people don't like Nixon.
My dad likes Nixon.
My mom likes Nixon. They should talk.
Yeah.
They can share their good old tricky dick I don't know, fan magazines.
Like what? Like the
Nixon Monthly.
Their Richard Nixon trading cards.
This is when he was getting off Air Force One.
Stephen S. just tweeted, I think you have it backwards. Didn't Guy Fawkes get a pre-release of V for Vendetta and decide to cosplay it centuries earlier? I think you're right, Stephen.
Yeah, you're right, Stephen.
I was wrong.
John's usually wrong.
It's very frequent.
I'm sorry. I called you Joel. It's your roommate.
It is, yeah.
I think I did that. I think I did that the other day too.
It is. I don't know any of your roommates' names, or else I would call you one of them.
We'll keep it that way. I don't want this to be used as an insult. So I don't see Brandon out there. So we can go over.
Let's not.
Are you sure?
Well, I just was curious because I didn't know if I'd run out of time on my story.
Oh.
Do you want to keep going?
I don't know. The clock just clicked to 11 o'clock, so we're 2 hours over. Just kidding. The clock in here is an hour off because it was fall past. Fall back. Fall past. Technically correct.
Gather round, children. Let me tell you tales of the fall
let's go.
past.
I'm gonna make sure he's not out there, but I think we can go a little bit over and let's talk about the internet here.
Yeah, let's do that. While he's checking, I'll explain for any of those who don't know what the internet is. It's it was originally a military program. Oh, thank goodness you're back.
Was you talking about the history of the internet?
I don't really know what I was talking about.
I think you were. Anyway, Brandon's not out there, and I yelled his name, so I think let's go over.
Okay.
Brandon, if you're listening to this, I don't know, stop us. Try. Fight me. IRL. Scrub. Anyway, this is actually a really dumb topic to go over on. Because here, let me sum it up for you in a few choice words. The internet was bad. See you next week. Although, it's almost worth noting because I almost did it a disservice because the internet was so bad. Like, what? You pointed at me.
Oh, I just remembered something. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah.
To say
No.
about that.
It was really bad, and like nobody could do anything.
I
I don't know why.
It was weird because it said I could connect to the network, but that I had no IP address, so I couldn't connect to the internet.
Oh, that's weird.
And then eventually I had it for a while, but my download speed was, at one point, 5 bytes a second.
A blazing fast 5 bytes a second. Think of all those text folders you can download. Just kidding. Even those are.
Even those are up to
65.
Yeah.
It was kind of like at the beginning of the day too.
Yeah.
Like not at a time when everybody is on the internet. I don't understand it.
Maybe it was because no one's using the internet, so we'll be down for maintenance. Was that
no.
what it was?
They would have told somebody.
That's true.
They didn't tell me personally. Matthew
They would've come
Johnson,
to your door.
in charge of the internet on campus.
Oh wow, I didn't know that.
In charge of the internet police, cyber police. I am. Nice joke. Yeah, it was annoying. That's the end of the story. It was annoying.
That was a good story.
I don't know why we talked about this. Why do I always talk about things? John, you should just do this show alone.
You know what?
We'll just make
Sometimes-
an effigy of me and just sit the effigy in this chair, and then you can just talk to that, and then he'll say as many smart and funny things as I do. Ooh, I insulted myself.
Sometimes I think you're right, Matt.
I was gonna see how long I can keep that silence going to make it as uncomfortable as possible for all you listeners out there. I don't know. We're 3 minutes over. Is there anything you want to say, John?
I don't think so.
Nothing important that we forgot?
No. Tweet to us if there's anything we should say.
Yeah. What did we forget? Tweet at us. No, I think we talked about everything really that's worth talking about. I think. Outro?
Yeah. Wow. This is I suddenly got really distracted.
Why?
I don't know.
We're in a sealed room. Nothing happens in here. The time outside of this room stops while we're in here.
Oh wow.
Yeah, you didn't know that? Get with the times.
We're aging faster than the outside then.
So we're gonna die sooner.
We're gonna come out like we're gonna be all old, and
Or-
everyone will still be in college.
Or are we gonna be all young? That doesn't make any sense.
All right, Jaden Smith.
Ha! Jaden Smith. I get it. The kid that tweets things.
The kid with the Twitters.
The kid with the Twitters. Jaden, tweet at me. Tweet me something special. Outro this?
Yeah, let's be done.
Oh, wow. Sudden serious mode.
Oh, okay. All right.
Don't be so serious. Stop it. You're concerning me.
Thank you all for listening.
John, stop
to
it.
the
Stop it.
Three Amigos radio show.
Stop it!
I've been your host for this evening of amusements. I'm John Weinert.
You made the word amusements not fun. How did you do that? You're the worst.
Tonight we were joined by my good friend Matthew Johnson.
You didn't even use my nickname. You're ruining everything.
I don't think I can use your nickname on air.
What
The joke is that.
Oh, that you call me mean things?
Yeah, I was going to say the joke is that you have an inappropriate nickname.
Ah.
Which you don't actually, but.
I get the joke.
But that's.
Anyway. Fine. Finish with your boring outro, and I'll go back to my boring life.
Do you want to?
With
Okay,
my boring office
job. You
job.
want to have a fun outro? Because this.
Yeah, fun outro. Let's do it.
Okay.
Much outro. Wow. Such leaving.
Hey, hey,
winter is
Matt.
The end of the show is coming.
Hey,
What?
nice meme.
Nice meme.
I really appreciate your internet memes.
I'm on top of the internet. Maymays. I am on top of the internet. You get to the top, it's just me, baby. I am the internet. And with claims of grandeur,
All right.
let's end the show.
Yeah, all right. Good night, everyone. Hope you had as much fun, actually probably more fun listening to this than we had making it.
Oh, what? I had fun.
Well, I do, but I hope they had more fun.
Oh, okay.
Because
Is that even possible?
I don't want to be self-centered. I want to put the
I wanna be
fans first.
self-centered.
It's all about you.
Don't have more fun than me. Stop it.
I
Silly
think I'm
fans.
okay with you having more fun with me than me.
I hate it when mom and dad fight. Good night.
Good night. Why would you do that?
That was fine.
You have to listen to that later.
No, I won't.
Oh, right, the mics are off. Well, maybe on that.
It'll be a good sync point at the end. When the mics were off and it wouldn't sync anything at all.
Oh.
But my spirits. Da 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 da